and his wife was going out, and she broke her wrist.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Had a trip going out.
Oh,
Yeah, from not having a handle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to have something to grab
It
on.
gives you 3 points of contact.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And you don't put much pressure. You just touch
No,
it.
he's kind of steady himself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just steady.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or if you start to, you've got something to
Something,
grab on.
yeah.
Last year, you were going to improve your platform in here.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
Not yet?
This is working so well.
Okay.
And I don't think I'd lighten it up.
Okay.
I also went from C-rated tires to E-rated tires.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you were talking about that.
Yeah,
too.
I did that as soon as I got home.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, did that as soon as I got home.
And then, have you tested your door with any bears yet?
No.
No rush.
No, yeah. But this will be my 40th night
Okay.
in the camper in the last year.
Oh, sweet.
Okay.
And it's just working out great.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got your TVs. So, it's not TV. It's a picture.
It's a picture.
Yeah. So that's Sand Hollow State Park.
Where's that at?
That's in Hurricane, Utah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. And in October, they have a thing called Trail Hero.
Uh-huh.
And Trail Hero takes over the whole park. And you can camp anywhere.
Really?
And
Cool.
I was camping right on the reservoir.
That's
Nice.
for
Yeah.
8 days.
Oh,
For
man.
8 days.
That's sweet.
Yeah, right on the reservoir.
That's
That was-
sweet.
That was really cool. And you can't do that the rest
Right.
of the year.
Right.
Only during the Trail Hero. You can
Right.
do that.
Any changes to your?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
nothing's-
got to get one of those Lynx distributors. Not that I need it, but it's kind of cool to have.
Yeah.
You know, right in the middle,
Oh,
the
thing in the middle
1000
of the
DC.
distribution.
Yeah.
What does that do?
Well, it's a connection for all your power sources go into that, and
Especially isn't
Instead
that
of
when
what?
you're running off
Bus
your
bar.
truck.
Oh, okay.
When you're running off your truck. isn't
Right,
that
right.
Something, and so I think it's also this truck's got something called a smart alternator.
oh, I hate
Right.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it makes it a little more challenging, I guess you would
Yeah.
say.
'cause
Yeah.
Once they charge the
Well,
battery
that's
up there,
where the
it's
DC charger comes in, is
Yeah.
that it forces the issue.
Yep.
Well, it takes whatever you get from the alternator.
Well,
makes it.
it'll draw more current to make
Right.
what it wants to give
Well,
you.
see, that's the problem is like without it, the battery is like charged and it says, okay, we're done. You
Yeah.
know, then the alternator just,
Yeah.
keeps everything going. But if
Yeah.
you make it go, hey, there's still something back here. Need me.
Did you go to the solar class they just
No,
had?
I didn't.
No.
Okay,
I kind of
so
walked by it a little bit.
yeah, he's so I've got a 2,000 watt inverter in here
Right.
Okay.
and a 200
Hi, buddy.
amp battery.
Right.
And he was saying that's a no-no.
Why?
He says that
Oh, your inverter's too big.
yeah,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Oh,
and
I see what you're
because
saying.
the 200 amp battery only puts out 150 amps.
Oh,
But if you
It's
put in
lithium?
two 100 amp batteries, you get the full 200, and it will run the inverter. But it's running my inverter because I run that 700 watt microwave
Right.
in the
Yeah.
morning.
Well, you know,
well,
the thing
they're
is,
probably not saying it won't do it, but it's you're running the risk of
yeah.
draining
He
battery
didn't
down.
get into why it was bad. He
Well,
just said,
I'll tell you what it is that under maximum condition, you'll draw 150.
Oh.
But how often are you drawing that much? I mean,
No.
he charged his bike, that was 2 amps off of my solar, and I run my fridge, that's about 10 amps. And
Your
all I
refrigerator?
use is, I just use a 600 watt inverter.
oh, okay.
And mostly what I do, we run the laptops, and we've got some LED lighting, and so I'm actually way overpowered. I've got 675 watts on the roof and 200 amp hour batteries in my camper, and we're fully charged. I mean, we're fully charged by 10:30. In fact, I should call the wife and tell her, okay, honey, switch the fridge over to electric now.
Right.
It's on propane. Save the propane.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
So did he explain what the deal was, like the difference of having reason you get more out of the 200 amp hour batteries versus one 200?
He didn't go into it. Well, he just said that you get a full 100 out of a 100 amp battery. Then, and where a 200, you're only getting 150, and he didn't go into why.
That's weird.
And yeah.
I hate when people say something
they
don't tell you.
I think he's that Dakota truck. I think.
Oh, right.
And
Okay.
So if you see him, stop and ask him about that.
Well, the thing with lithium is, though, a lot of people don't realize. They see the, I can draw this down this much on a lithium battery. There's still a caveat there with. You won't get the, like when they show you, you get 3,000 cycles or 5,000. Well, if you keep drawing, even a lithium, if you draw it all the way down, you're closer to the, lower end of that, cycles.
Yeah.
You're better off going like 80%.
Yeah, he did talk about that a little bit too.
Yeah. I've read that somewhere because I saw it, because I was reading the thing, where it says,
I guess you didn't see me.
where it says, you get this many cycles, and there's an asterisk. So I was reading, at 80% you get this much. It's similar, it's just not as bad as a regular lead acid battery. You still get more, and from talking to Jeff and what all the one of the bigger draws of the lithium isn't, lighter weight, but it's also the voltage. Like on a regular 12 volt, like my AGM, it doesn't hold that voltage. If I draw this much, it goes, and I can tell, stuff's not working right, But on the lithium, it's going to hold that 13 whatever all the way down to here.
It does.
And that's what
I like that.
It does. So,
I need attention.
I know, he's being a character.
You want some of your food, you got.
I need some attention.
That's what he's begging
Yeah, that's
for.
what he's
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
Hey, buddy. Yeah, because I can smell.
Yeah.
So your deflector on front, is that a new addition?
Yeah, I built that right after the rally last year.
Okay.
Because it just looks so goofy up there with that big
Huge clearance, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
And it can't hurt
you
you.
You gotta check this out. I gotta show you this.
And just to remind viewers, the truck is on a lift because it's right down to the bed rails. Because wasn't it the bed rails on this were higher than another truck?
Okay, so this camper was basically designed for a Jeep Gladiator,
Right.
or Tacomas.
Right.
It only had 18-inch high sides.
Right.
So this is like 22-inch.
Okay.
size.
Yeah.
And that's why I had to put the platform.
Yeah.
But, come on over here. I got to show you this. This is mounted with magnets.
Oh.
There's on each side there's 4 100-pound strength magnets. So
Wow.
there's 8 of them total.
Wow.
And I've done over 6,000 miles with this camper, with this rig on here, in snow, rain, in different temperatures.
Right.
And I had it up to 90 miles an hour with the camper off, and it didn't budge even an inch.
Nice.
And that's how I mounted this, was magnets. And you just use a hard piece of plastic. You want to take this off, you just slide a hard piece of plastic underneath here.
Right.
And these are rubberized too. These magnets are rubberized.
Oh, so they won't scratch.
Hopefully they won't.
Yeah, theoretically.
No movement, but and even if they did scratch, who's going to see it?
Yeah.
It's one of those things you gotta get way up there and
Yeah.
Yeah. But if it does scratch,
If you see
put
it,
some
you're
paint
looking
on
too
it.
Yeah, yeah. That's very most of
too
it.
hard.
Yeah. So,
That's a cool deal.
and I think it didn't hurt the gas mileage at all.
I'll put
But-
the deflector on.
Yeah, but it's
Oh, it
it's
should,
so.
it should.
I might be maybe getting 1 more mile to gallon.
Yeah,
but
Sure.
That's hard to measure,
I mean,
because
that
coming
little bit is just.
just last
Take
year-
it. This is cords for a light in your engine.
that cord
Yeah.
is for a TV antenna amplifier.
Oh, okay.
So
You got one of those like square things or something. Oh, okay. There you go.
yeah, and that goes up another 6 feet.
Okay.
So 18 feet. It's expandable, and it's just
Is that like a painter pole or?
yeah, it's
But-
just PVC pipe
Right.
Yeah.
here.
See, the problem I had was when you extend it, the bottom is hollow, and it's just kind of flimsy.
I had this in the winds here. They haven't been that bad, but this thing is solid. It's a fiberglass pole.
I know that, but what I was
Yeah.
saying was like on the one my brother had, when you extended it way out, this
Yeah.
was really.
Yeah.
So
So
it's probably just a matter of finding a better one. He just probably got a cheap one.
Yeah.
yeah, this one was at Lowe's and it was around I would say $27 or something like that.
Yeah. See, the ones I always used were.
It looks like fully extended.
Oh yeah.
It's way up there.
And that's good. And that's good for a couple more stations.
Well, what it is, so
That looks a little.
I was here. Okay, there we go. So I was here 3 weeks ago for the big tent,
Right.
and that on the King Omni antenna, it also has a magnet. And if there's TV antennas, they'll show. I can put that antenna here and it'll show
Right.
up. But here, it wouldn't get anything.
Yeah.
And so I thought, because your air channel is line of sight,
Right.
so.
And this is just mother of invention here.
Yeah, yeah. So I thought, well, I'll go up higher and see if it works. At 12 feet, where I had it, when you just saw it,
Yeah.
no channels. 18 feet, 21 channels, crystal clear.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah. So there must be a hill
Right.
that I'm getting over to see. So
And I've got I've got an actual mount mounted to the back door of my van, and it's about like so. And I got an omnidirectional antenna, with the cabling and all that, and it goes inside to like a router and then another antenna inside. And I just need to get a pole, That's I thought. Well, I looked at it and said, well, the painter pole's perfect because it comes down to this,
Yeah.
and then it goes up to that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and I lucked out because that little white piece of plastic, that's
very
a
top.
joiner for 3/4 inch
Oh,
PVC
okay,
pipe,
okay.
and it fit into the antenna just as nice as can be, and it fits over the painter's pole.
oh wow.
So you've got an extra reservoir on your shocks.
So these are the ZR2 Chevy.
Yeah.
Comes with multi-manic shocks.
Okay.
And it's like 3 valves
Right.
in there. These shocks, now I've had Ford Raptors with both a Fox Live valve, which I absolutely loved, and then the older ones with Fox shocks. These are comparable. I mean, when you hit a speed bump, you
Yeah.
hardly even feel it, just like the Raptors. And that's and Chevy's putting that on all their ZR2
okay.
pickups, both mid-size
Or
and
the ZR2
full-size.
pack.
ZR2 pack, and I love it. I love the multi-manic shocks.
My brother had the Foxes on his Razor, and man, that thing just ate the bumps.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Especially if it's a live valve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can get something like that for my F-250. I've got Ranchos on there now, and they're like,
Well, for maybe $4,000 or $5,000, you could get the live valves.
yeah, I'm not spending that. It's kind of like electric bikes. I'm
Yeah.
not spending $4,000 on that.
But do you just have the stock Ford shocks?
I got Rancho
Ranchos.
9000s,
Oh, okay.
and I don't know
How
what
long
I
you been on
had.
there?
Oh, 6 or 8 years.
Oh yeah, you probably should get some.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and also I've had I've
What-
got
what
a
are the- what are the,
3,000 or 3,500
what are
pound
the
truck
Fox-
camper on there
What
too.
are the Fox ones?
I don't know.
Get like some really nice one with a reservoir and all
Well,
that.
I had a F350 dually
Right.
with a 2.5 ton camping.
Right.
And I had the Arctic Fox 1150, which is 2.5 tons.
Right.
And I had the stock Ford shocks from the 2020.
Right.
And I switched over to Bilstein 5150s.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it really helped the ride.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
See, that's also what I was thinking too. Is that my I've got 4,400 pounds leafs in the rear now, so an extra 1,400 pounds. But my fronts, I was planning to put a 3-leaf in the front, and I don't feel like doing the work right now. And I was thinking of getting some sprung shocks that had 200 pounds of spring or something
Yeah,
in
they
them.
do have coilovers.
Right.
Yeah, that would probably, but then you're talking some big money again.
I mean, if it's like $200 to $300 for a shock.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
acceptable.
That's reasonable.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, yeah. But when it gets up to $1,000,
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna play that.
And even Firebox, they have to be rebuilt.
Oh,
you know, they take a lot of punishment, but
Yeah.
they can be rebuilt. Just
Some
so
YouTube
Right.
gal, she's got like a Forerunner, and she was running
Wonder
Icon.
Hussy. You can say Wonder Hussy.
Yeah, she was running Icon.
Oh, Wonder Hussy.
Yeah,
Okay.
She's having to rebuild those things like like every year or something. Finally, I think she went to some Bilsteins. And,
Yeah.
hopefully she has a little better luck with that.
I would think so.
Yeah.
They're a good shot.
And let us not forget, Wonder Hussy is having their President's
This
Day
weekend.
in
That's what
Tacoma.
we're missing.
We're missing it.
Tacoma, she's got.
Yeah.
They got
Yeah.
like
Is that
a
Nevada?
yard sale.
Yeah, yeah.
California.
Oh, it's California.
Just across. It's like right, Death Valley.
I've heard
It's
of
right.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's right outside. How far is it? Not too far from Pahrump.
So what was your name?
It's Robert Ruggles.
Robert Ruggles, and that's your channel, Robert
Yeah,
Ruggles.
yeah.
And so Robert Ruggles has got some videos of himself, I presume,
And Rocky.
Rocky and the bear.
Yeah, check out 9 Minutes in Silverton.
9 minutes in Silverton.
Yeah, 9 Minutes in Silverton.
That's the one on the dunes.
No, that's Silverton, Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah, up in the mountains.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Rocky's a star.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, if you're bored and hungry later on, I'm going to be starting my pot of chili. So we're like all the way over there, and I'm in an S&S.
Okay.
And so it's pretty much straight over. And just watch for a white F-250 with a white and red-black striped S&S. And my S&S, it only has the bubble windows in the center, not in the corners.
Okay, that's what. There's one, right?
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's got the corner window.
Yeah, that's got
Yeah.
corners, and mine doesn't have the
Did you ever
corners.
see the video that a guy bought one of those used?
Yeah.
And he was
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
rebuild
yeah,
the front
yeah.
end?
Yeah,
That
well,
was quite a project.
yeah, well, he's doing it right now.
Again?
Yeah, well, if it's the one, there's two people I know. One guy, he was on RVNet, and his handle was Mountain Cowboy. He had an 11-foot S&S like that, and did a really good rebuild. And then there's another guy that is on there right now doing a complete rebuild of his. And so he's worth looking up.
This was a couple years ago, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And he drove thousands of miles. I think
Sure.
he drove from Alabama up to like the Midwest somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And bought this camper sight unseen.
Okay.
And took it home, and the whole front end was rotted because of those corner windows.
Right.
The corner windows is what got him.
Right, and
Yeah.
see, my brother has, now that one is, I don't think that's the aluminum one siding. Well, actually, I think maybe it is the aluminum one.
I think I see aluminum siding, and the one
Yeah.
I'm talking about that he rebuilt was aluminum siding. Too.
Yeah, yeah, and that's this guy that I'm talking about has that. And so did Mountain Cowboy, but mine is the Phylon, the fiberglass siding. Yeah, but you know, I've got problems with mine too. So
Yeah, they all do.
yeah, yeah,
They all do.
I'm slated for a big remodel this summer. You know, go in and fix things up. So, well, anyway, so yeah, we're pretty much straight over there. So if you want, come on by. You bet. All right, let us try and catch up with Paul here. We are approaching the monster truck section here. These are the Kodiaks. And the thing about the Kodiaks is that you end up with a camper height that's like 12 and a half or 13 feet. And so you need to be careful crossing passing under bridges and stuff. Yes, sir?
He's got his awning set up on the cab of the truck.
On what?
See where the awning is?
Oh, right here. Yeah,
Look at that.
yeah. Is it on both sides or?
Cool. I think so.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
yeah, it is.
I thought it was something else. I wasn't sure what.
It wouldn't work on my truck because I'm too low to the cab. It is the end of another day. It's Friday here at the Truck Camper Rally, the TCA Rally, and we are just enjoying a nice fire. We got the lovely Kelly is here, Mr. Paul and Mr. Donnie are here, and we had a chili dinner and date shakes. How were they, guys?
Yeah!
Yeah, best ever.
Best ever.
However, Mr. Laurie didn't join us for the fire. We'll have to find out what's going on with that. And Mr. Dalton, the world famous West Coast roller, dissed us and went to Yuma instead of swinging by and having a chili feed with us. Okay, that is it here from the Iron Truck Camper Chef. We will see you on the next video.